Good morning, class.
Morning!
I believe all of you are very excited and energized to be
Yes.
listening to what I'll be presenting today.
Yes.
Yes.
A session on how to conduct an efficient and effective stock count activity. So before I proceed, let me introduce myself. My name is Tony Ho Kak Sin. I'm a chartered management accountant with 29 years of experience in various industries. Next, we'll go to the icebreaker. Okay, from the level of 1 to 5, may I know which level you are in now, at the moment?
5.
Great! That's what you want to hear. You want to be the energizer bunny, not the tortoise. Okay, so I would propose if you feel a bit tired, stand up, raise your hand. Okay, stand up, raise your hand. Yeah, okay. Let's proceed. Okay. My session today will talk on stock count activity, which is very crucial in most companies and organizations. At the end of my 10 minutes presentation, all participants will be able to achieve the following. First, to prepare and plan for stock count activity. Number 2 is to execute the stock count activity effectively and efficiently. And number 3, be able to come up with findings. This is very crucial. And review the result and check if it meets the market standard or if your company has a certain standard, to meet that standard. Okay. Now, before I proceed with the module mapping, let me lay down some ground rules. I would hope that all my participants give their full attention. Secondly, no handphones. If you want to, you may put it in the vibration mode. And 3, no laptops. Okay, let's proceed with today's session. Okay, the module mapping. This is a rough summary of the module mapping that I'll be presenting today. This module 1, module 2, and module 3. Module 1 is on the preparation and planning. Module 2 is on the stock count. And module 3 is on the post-stock count findings and review. Okay. Module 1. Preparation and planning of the stock count. What do we do? There are basically many steps, but for this presentation, I will put in the 3 main steps that you need to do. First of all, for every stock count activity, you need to have a warehouse layout plan. Why do you need a warehouse layout plan? Because in a big organization, you will rely on this layout plan for stock identification, for location, to know where is the location, to know where is it located, so that your count activity will be smooth without any hiccups. Okay. Number 2, this is crucial. You need to update the stock system. How do you update the stock system? Most of the organization now uses ERP system, computerized system, and the department that is in charge of doing this is usually the supply chain. They will need to update the incoming stock, update all the outgoing stock, and the necessary adjustment to the stock system to derive at the reasonable, accurate book figure. We are talking about book figure, theoretical figure of the stock. Okay. Next, 1.3 talks about printing out of the stock list. This is actually the stock count list, the list that you bring down to the warehouse to do the stock count. Usually, this stock list will have identification of the stock. What is the stock, the description, the location, and the measurement unit. It can be in kg, it can be in pieces, and of course the updated quantity that what you have done in 1.2 before, the updating of the stock system. Usually some companies, they do also put in the value of the stock, but I would advise against that because it is a P&C item, P&C subject matter. Okay. Now, stock count execution. how do you do the stock count? Okay, first of all, you need to set a team. Depending on the size of the stock count, there must be a team of a counter and a verifier. Can be many teams, can be 10 teams of 2 each. Okay. For example, this is me, and I was observing the stock count activity. The lady on the extreme right is the counter. The lady in the middle lady is the verifier. For your information, the guy in the purple shirt is the supply chain manager. He's the one who assists the stock count process. Next, when you go down to the warehouse, take the warehouse layout plan and the stock count sheet and start looking at the stock count list. Look at the stock count list, it has description of where it is located. And you refer to the warehouse layout plan. Where is it? Is it in rack A, or B, or C? Or where is it in the rack A, shelf 1, or 2, or 3? So it depends on how you set the location of the stock. Next, this is the process. You have to count the item. This you need to thoroughly count. You cannot miss one item. For example, if you have items that is not arranged properly, do get the warehouse personnel to come down to take down the stocks. You count it. Then you put back the stocks on the shelf. Sometimes certain items are not arranged properly, they are scattered here and there. So these are the things that you need to do. Once you count it, the verifier will verify the quantity to make sure it is correct and record it in the stock list that was printed out. Okay. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Next, module 3. Module 3 is the post-count activity. What you need to do is when you have to do the findings, investigation, review, the steps involved. Okay. You already have the physical count sheet with all the physical quantity in the listing. You need to update in the system. Some they do it manually. For companies like Tesco, not Tesco, now it's Lotus, or the big groceries, they will use barcodes. That's why if you realize we go to certain end of the month, you will see some staff doing stock count. They'll hold a machine, barcode reader, and they'll be scanning the shelf in the supermarket. That's where they capture the quantity. They scan the item, they key in the quantity. Okay. And this barcode reader then is attached to the system and to upload to the system. Next, you upload, you need to process. You can't run away. You have to process and run the report, and you will come up with this physical count variance report. Explain a bit about variance. Variance can be positive or negative. If it's positive, we call it favorable, good. If it's negative, it's unfavorable. In an ideal situation, you should not have variance. If there's variance, there are issues. It may be big, may be small, but it is where the third part comes in. Okay. You need to investigate the findings. How do you investigate it? You have to have meetings with the process owner. It can be the supply chain, it can be the store, it can be the production people. So you will brainstorm it, where is the issue, and you find ways to overcome these issues, steps to overcome it. Okay. Now you have question paper that are given to you, each of you. Can we go through it together? So yes. First question: are warehouse layout required for stock count activity?
Yes.
Good. Beside the counter, who is required in the stock count activity?
Supply chain manager.
No, it's a verifier. Okay. Number 3, are you required to print out a stock count list?
Yes.
Definitely. No stock count list, you are blind. You don't know what you want to count. You don't know what to count. You are lost. Okay. Next. In summary, you have to know all these 3 steps. These are only 3 minor steps. There are more steps to do for your planning, for your execution, and also for your review. And in order to do this, I will in future present a more comprehensive training for you all, and I hope you all can attend. So at the end of the day, I expect all trainees to be able to prepare, plan, execute, and review the stock activity with reasonable accuracy according to the market standard.
Okay.
That is what I hope you all can achieve from the module that I have presented. So that is the end of my presentation. I hope if you have any question, do present it to me.